Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I have a really quick video for you today. There is a brand new tool available on our website and it's almost so simple I thought that it wasn't necessary, but it's just one of those annoying things that you have to do as a yearbook staff, and with this it makes it just a little bit easier. And so we've had some questions from some new advisors that are like, what is a colophon? I've heard this word, how do you say it, what is it, where does it go, what do I put in it? All those sorts of things. And so we were thinking through how to answer that question. And so I was writing out how to do this. And then I realized, you know what would be really easy if there was like a form that you could fill out, put in all your info, and it would basically put all the content together for you that you could just copy and paste and put it into your yearbook design software. And I was like, you know what? I think I can do that. So I created a yearbook colophon generator. It's super, super simple, but I think it'll be useful, especially for new advisors that don't maybe have like last year's text to just copy and paste. It's always kind of annoying to sit there and like having to retype it or just like dig up your specs and that sort of thing. So with this, it gives you a roadmap for what you need to include in your yearbook colophon, and then you just throw it all in there and it'll email you a PDF that you can literally copy and paste and throw into your page. Okay, so now we're on the page. This link is in our description box below, but it's just organizedadvisor.com/colophon-generator. It's going to start with information about the colophon. So a lot of times we receive questions about, you know, what is it? What do I put in it? Where do I put it? That sort of stuff. All of that is addressed at the top. And so if you're a brand new advisor, the colophon is basically just a publishing term that gives all the specifications of the publication. So things like the author, the staff, who, you know, the publishing rep was, where it was printed, how many copies it ran for, what the purchase price was, you know, all of the technical like look and feel specs, like the fonts, the colors, all that sort of stuff. So that way it's a comprehensive overview of all the specs of your book, and they can be as simple or as complex as you want. This generator is going to give you a lot of options that you can fill out, and it's going to give you space to put all of these options. But if those don't apply to you, just delete them. Just get the generator, put your info in. It is going to require that you put something in that field, so I would recommend that you put like in all caps, like delete me or delete this later or just delete, so that way you're triggered to be able to go and find those sections and delete them. But it gives you a good roadmap for what you need to think through that you can include in your colophon. A lot of times we see colophons that are very simple, very short, and just kind of say the basic information. Sometimes they're really long and detailed. I am a fan of more detail the better, because I think that it's good to teach students that, you know, the accountability side of things and giving credit where credit is due. And it's also an opportunity to thank people who helped with your book. So I like having them be pretty lengthy, but it's up to you. Like, it's up to the space you have and your staff and whatever. So like I said, it starts off with what is a colophon, what to include, where does it go, and then it talks about how to use the generator. So like I said, it is going to require an entry or an input for each field in order for the generator to work, because what it's going to do is take all of your information and formulate it into sentences, and so it needs content to fill those sentences. And so if you don't use that section, or you're not going to include that, just put in big letters delete or something, and then once it spits out your colophon and you copy and paste it, you can go and edit it and tweak it to be exactly how you want. The other thing is there's only a limited number of fields that are in this generator. So if you have more colors, more thank yous, more shout outs, whatever, go and add those in later. This will give you just a basic overview of what you need to include, and then you can always tweak it once it spits out the colophon. So on this form, you'll see it'll give a spot for your advisor first name, last name, your email, and your school. That is where we will email your colophon. I will say that if your email does not show up in the colophon at all, obviously, but if you are emailing from a school district, sometimes school districts block emails from organizedadvisor.com because we are an external domain, and so you might want to send this to your personal email if you're having trouble receiving it, or just be sure to check your spam folder, or you can add hello@organizedadvisor.com to your whitelist or approval for your spam folder or whatever. But I have had lots of people tell me that they don't get my emails because they're out of school district and they don't receive external domains. So that's pretty common. That's all we use your email for. So just so you know, like, that's not going to be in the colophon, and we're not going to do anything crazy with it. And then you're going to put in all your specs for your publication. So the school year, the publication name, the publisher address, the page count, the price, the sales rep, the plant support, blah, 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 the photographer, the total number of people on staff, the software you used. I list as many as I can. So I would say things like Adobe InDesign, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Canva, Google Sheets, like anything that you've used. I think that it's helpful because it also shows, later when your students are using the yearbook as a portfolio piece that they were familiar with all of these softwares. So it's a good opportunity to list them. And then you have your student leaders, the editors. I like to include their title. And then we have the student staff, just a list of all the other people on staff. And then the cover materials and the end sheets, all the fonts, all the colors. Like I said, if you have more than 4, just put in your first 4, and then you can always go back and add more once you get the text. Then we have some shout outs. I like to include the name as well as like why you're thanking them. So that will be included in a paragraph form. And then we also include at the end all of the professional organizations such as JEA, NSPA, the state organizations that your publication is a member of, as well as any awards that they've earned in the past year. So this is a good opportunity also, especially if your students are using this as a portfolio piece, that they're able to list these accomplishments that they've received. Then you're just going to hit Make My Colophon. It'll shoot you an email immediately, and it's going to have all the information that you put in paragraph form that you can just simply copy and paste from the PDF, throw it into your design software, tweak the words in case you need to delete stuff or add stuff, and then you're good to go. All right, and then this is the PDF that you receive in your inbox. And so as you can see, it breaks down the Colophon into sections like operations, production, your staff, fonts, colors, blah, blah, blah. You can leave it like this where it's broken down by section and it has little titles. That's something that I like to do to be able to kind of incorporate a little bit of like the theme color and the different fonts we use in the book. Or you can take out those titles and put it as one big long paragraph. Either way is totally fine. Notice all of the ones that I put in here as examples are in caps. That ignore that. That's just because I was testing it. But it'll give you all the information that you need in this PDF, and you simply copy and paste it, and then you pop it into your design software, change the font so it matches your book, and you're good to go, and it's done, and you don't have to worry about it or think about it, and that crosses one more thing off your list. So I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions at all or you need anything, please reach out. I'm available at organizeadvisor.com. Hit the contact button. It goes straight to my inbox. All right. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.